Well, I'm back at the hotel and now heading in the opposite direction. This is going to take me to a place nearby called Mercado 28. I don't know how many there are, but I know there's another Mercado 23, which is not too far away. It's smaller. It does have more fruit and vegetable stands and a butcher shop and a cheese shop. That place is interesting also. The only problem is if you want to buy things there, there's nothing that has a price. So you better, person better have a bit of rudimentary knowledge of Spanish to find out A, how much it costs, and hopefully B, they're not giving you the gringo price. Maybe that's why they don't put the prices on things. I don't know. At least otherwise, for restaurants around here, most of them all have the prices listed. So you can kind of compare, get an idea what they're charging for whatever it is. Um, so this Mercado 28 is huge. There's about 250 different shops. They're mostly all very small, but um, many places just sell, uh, you know, just souvenirs and kind of Mexico related items, I should say. And I just kind of went quickly through a couple of times, but I'm gonna maybe spend a bit more time just really getting this full scope of the place. And it's an interesting uh, place to visit. So we'll be doing that in a moment. Um, my idea of coming to Mexico, as I mentioned earlier, was to try a different destination as to my usual stomping grounds of the U.S. And I know much of the U.S. in the back of my hand, but when it comes to Mexico, I'm a kind of a babe in the woods. I've been to Europe a few times, but I, yeah, not fluent in the language, and thought I'm going to come down here. And of course, if a person goes to the hotel zone, you're almost as if you're in the States or in Canada or whatever. So my overall goal was to go to Merida, which is about 4 hours away from here by bus or car. Um, I chose that place because it's supposed to be a very nice city, has a lot of great qualities to it. And I knew a whole bunch of people, or rather know a lot of people who've been all over Mexico, and they've spoke very highly of many different places. But Cancun was the easiest place to get to, and thought geographically it's at a good spot. And these big intersections here, not intersections, crosswalks, they're elevated, cars have to slow down. And they're pretty good at stopping. Once you walk into an intersection, people are pretty good at stopping. They're not aggressive, and they don't drive very aggressively either. Just a few people speed, but most people drive at a reasonable, um, rate. Uh, this is the bombero. No, that's an ambulance. When I first saw the other one, bombero, was a pickup truck. Ambulancia. We all know what that is. This other red pickup truck went by, said bombero. I thought, oh, that sounds ominous, but it just means like the fire brigade, firefighters. So, yeah, I just decided as a place to get my feet wet, if you will, for Mexico. I thought I'll come to the Yucatan Peninsula. So when I was planning on how to get to Merida from Cancun, I thought, oh, why rush right out of Cancun? I don't need to. I'll get settled here just for a day or two, and then I'll be able to take a bus and arrive in Merida much earlier in the day, and so on. So, but since I've been here, I haven't been itching to leave necessarily because it has all that I want. Nice weather, nice people, opportunities galore to learn the language. Hardly anybody speaks English. Um, a few people, but that's about it. It's really very few people speak English here, which is good for a person who wants to learn Spanish. If everybody speaks English, a person will um, defer to that, and then won't get anywhere. So, like I said, the food's good. I just enjoy discovering and learning about a place, and yeah, finding reasons to tell people they're wrong when they tell me Cancun's a shithole and I should leave as soon as possible. It's like, nope, I'm liking it, so I'm going to stick around. So, but people, when they say Cancun, I think they mean the touristy hotel zone. I get that, but this is a completely different experience than that for sure. Again, looking around, I guess I'll call this a. Well, he wants me to go in, but it's not the only person that's going to do that. But there's thousands of those shops. Let me show you my plate. No, it's okay, thanks. No, thank you. They're not terribly pushy. I don't blame them for wanting me to go into their shop. Um, but yeah, if I stopped in every shop, I would never get anywhere. In addition to that, I'm just not in. I might buy a little something small, but I'm not. I can't bring anybody and anything around that's big. So, like I said, it's. I think some people from the tourist zones come here. They send them on buses or whatever they do, but I still haven't seen them. But look, the items certainly look as if they're 100% geared toward tourists, but free photos. Yeah. Well, at least we know the some of those shopkeepers can speak a bit of English. But at my hotel, they don't speak a word of English. But again, that's fine. Forces me to get my act together and learn a few words. So this just kind of goes on and on. I'm at the periphery of it, and it goes on inside of there, way down there, all the way across. Hey. He's like the old. You're like an old Buck Owens song. I want to be in the movies. Yeah. Free look, free touch. Free look, free touch. Whoa! Oh, knocked over an orange cone. I usually look down, but the sidewalks here are so good that I wasn't paying attention. Trying not to, like I said, walk in some great big crevice somewhere. Right over there, there's a cigar shop. I enjoy smoking cigars. I haven't had one yet though, but the guy makes them. Well, he has a little factory just on the outskirts of town. Nice guy. Really nice looking cigars. I haven't had one yet to rate their quality, but we'll try that at some point. Yeah, yeah. Free tequila for you, amigo. Come on. Oh, thank you. Yeah, if I took up every offer for tequila and everything else here, I'd blow this budget that I've set up, which is I'm holding to pretty well so far. Okay. All right. I'm just going to film a little bit of this because I think people get the idea of how they want to kind of come and visit our shop, their shop. Welcome, sir. What else? Gracias. Welcome, sir. So, like I said, I'm really enjoying Cancun. People like exploring cities. If you like cities, I give it 2 thumbs up to come here. I like it. The only thing I don't really like about Cancun, and it's not limited to this city, I think it's more to be found elsewhere in Mexico, probably Central and South America, I'm guessing, is that there's a lot of motorcycles, and I love motorcycles because I've got some. But all of these motorcycles are like 250cc motorcycles. They're smaller, which is not a problem in and of itself. Bueno. Gracias. No, thank you. No. So, let's go down this way here. As I was saying, the only thing I don't like is the Buenos tardes. Gracias. Gallo. Pico de Gallo. Gallo is for the chicken. I know Pico de Gallo, but maybe Pico de Gallo. There's no meat in that, so I don't know why they showed a rooster. Guess I'll have to check what that means. Yeah, so the motorcycles. There's some new ones on the road, but there are a lot of like Hondas and Suzukis, Japanese-made ones. But there's a lot of knockoffs. I don't know where they're coming from. They presumably China, and the combination of not being the same quality, and also combination of just lower emission standards. Somehow, there's a lot of pollution coming off of them. Not a lot, but enough that you smell it when they go by. But fortunately, there's a lot of there's a lot of wind, and the wind kind of pushes things over, like that thing that just fell over. So the wind doesn't allow stagnating air too much. Although I did go on Tulum Avenue north, away from the beach. Hey, everybody wants to be in the movies here. They like their cameras. They like their cell phones. I'll tell you that much. Oh boy! Like there's these all these shop owners and workers and everything. When they're not busy, they're all on their phones. And I think wonder what they were doing before the invention of the cell phone. They were just reading Cervantes or something. I'm not sure. Yeah. So unfortunately, they also give cell phones to kids to kind of just keep them occupied as the parents are minding the shop. So they're just on it for hours and hours a day, unfortunately. Well, at least these kids are playing soccer. Good for them. So yeah, the pollution part. So other than that, going up on Tulum Avenue, where it was kind of, ironically, the only time I've almost tripped is just a little rock there, even with all the broken concrete. Yeah. So this is kind of, I keep on getting distracted by looking where I'm going and almost tripping in the wind and talking about that. Oh, there we go. There's a famous little sign you'll see people always putting in their videos, Mercado 28. So yeah, to wrap up that little mini tangent about Tulum Avenue North, the buildings on both sides of the road just kind of block the wind, so it's kind of dusty and smells more than other places. The rest of it's opening up enough that the wind just kind of moves it along. But anyway, there you go. A little bit of an air quality issue here at times. I think I'll find that anywhere where there's going to be a preponderance of motorcycles and badly tuned cars.